Yes, good afternoon, everybody. To all my American compatriots, God bless you. Here once again, this time I shut off my cell phone. Yesterday, which I'm learning here, uh, my wife called me while I was on air. Thank God I was finishing already. But this time, I shut it off. And I hope that every time I go on air, just to remind myself, I'm going to say, hey, I shut off my cell phone. So the same mistake that I let go, that I didn't think about, it won't happen again. Well, here to denounce the lies of the extreme left. Now is this CIA director, Brennan. I don't remember his first name, Brennan, which I think it was said that he was a Muslim. He converted to Islam. This guy who lies through his teeth. Now I'm asking myself, why isn't he put in prison with the rest of the Democrat Party, which is now the CPUSA of the United States, the Communist Party of the United States of America? They're no longer Democrats. Okay? I gotta explain that always so people will know, and I'm letting know the people in my island of Puerto Rico where I live at to open their eyes because there's a lot of ignorance here, just like in the States. Just like in the States, the same thing is happening here. And if we don't wake up, God forbid these people come to power again, we're going to regret it when it's too late. Then people are going to start screaming, just like what's happened in Cuba, what happened in Venezuela. But at least we know, I who have studied what has happened in Cuba, know that they were bamboozled. Fidel Castro lied to the people of Cuba that he was a Christian and that he was going to respect democracy. The guy was a liar, an atrocious, murdering thief and liar. And I want people to know that. Especially the people from here, where I live at, in this island, and the United States too. Well, Brennan accuses, I don't know if it was Giuliani, I can't remember. Wow. That's the way my memory is going. He's calling, I think it was Giuliani calling him inept. But he, Brennan, who lies through his teeth, is not the inept one. An atrocious liar and traitor who kept his mouth shut when all the abuses that were committed by the Obama administration was being done. All the lies and all the corruption and all the destruction that was occurring during the administration of Obama, while Brennan was CIA director. That's okay. Everybody keeps quiet. Everybody in the Democrat Party, they won't say a word. They will not denounce. They will not accept. Well, these are true. Democrats have demonstrated to be true, honest to goodness politicians. They lie through their teeth. The conservatives, the majority, I'm not saying every one of them, but the majority have demonstrated to the contrary, to be conservative, truthful, honest, decent people who love this country, who want to see the country better, make it great again. after Obama almost destroyed it totally. So Brennan comes along and he accuses the Republicans, the conservative side, of things that he is responsible and he is guilty of. And all of them are the same. They keep accusing Donald Trump of being a traitor and a racist. What they're accused of since the American Civil War, it goes all the way back to the American Civil War, when Democrats supported slavery. And they kept on doing it. They kept on doing it. They kept on doing it. I'm not going to say that the Republicans are not guilty, because we are not all perfect, but we are way better than Democrats. The Democrats have proven to be the most criminal, well, Democrat Party, let me put it this way, has been proven to be the most disloyal, corrupted, racist, criminal, and terrorist organization. Because don't tell me that if they support a terrorist organization or a criminal organization, that doesn't make them criminal. And if they commit crimes, which many of them have some pay for it. Some of them have been accused and have gone to prison, but it's very few, and they're the lower part of the administration. I want to see the big fish go to prison. I want to see Brennan go to prison. I want to see Pelosi go to prison. I want to see Adam Smith go to prison. I practically want to see all of them go. I want to see Maxine Waters go to prison. Cory Booker, Eric Holder, another piece of work, another piece of work. All of them. Kamala Harris. Thank God she lost anyway, but still, I want her to pay. I want her to go to prison. I want all of them. They all have their hands in dirt. They're all of them. They should, almost all of them should go to prison. Almost all of them. And I don't know why there's people that keep on supporting them. Like I said yesterday, it got me to a point of depression where I didn't want to do anything anymore. I said, well, I'm not going to do nothing today. But then I said, I can't stop this because somebody got to denounce this. And I want my people here in Puerto Rico and in the United States to know what's happening. I want the left to wake up. There's still hope for a lot of the left. Because what happened is, like people I've known, they watch CNN, MSNBC, which is corrupt to the core, and it's like Trump says, it's fake news. They're giving out information that's no good, that's fake. Their ratings are going down the toilet. I was seeing their ratings, even the conservative, independent news that on the lowest rating part are still higher compared to the Democrats, which I'm glad to hear that by the liberal media, excuse me, the fake news media. Their ratings are higher, which is kind of funny. So that's to show us that we're the majority. The good side is the majority. We're still the ones who are the majority. So there's hope. But still, the Democrats are going to try anyway, the impeachment. They're not going to get anywhere with the impeachment. What they're going to do is they're going to try to destroy his reputation, which they can't because it's growing. His ratings and his support for Trump is growing. It's not going down. So they can't do nothing. And every time they open their mouth, we find out they're lying even more because they lie and they lie and lie and lie. And we find out because they fall in their own trap. They don't make sense. It doesn't add up to what they're saying. So they're their own enemy. The Democrats are their own enemy. They're destroying themselves. And since they're so desperate, they're trying in any way illegally to remove the president. And if we talk about The View, another set, I don't know why they're on the air. If I was the owner of the station, I would just shut it down and say, no, wait a minute. You're no good. And they're no good. The next drug addict, Whoopi Goldberg, what the hell is she doing on live TV? No, and then they make her an actress, a movie star. Like this other communist, let me see if I remember his name right off the bat. I don't remember. The other African-American guy that went to, I don't know if he went to Cuba, I think he went to Venezuela. There's two of them. There's another one. There's a white guy too. I just don't remember the name of the actors. I'm trying to. The guy in the second movie of Alien. No, Alien. No, it wasn't Alien. It was this type of monster that would or alien that would camouflage itself. In the second movie, he worked in that movie. This African American guy, a communist. And then this other white guy, another communist, which right now I can't remember the name. It's another famous actor. They're making millions of dollars. Let's see if I can remember the name while I'm talking here. Okay, the African American guy worked in the movie Witness, where Harrison Ford tried to save this little kid who was Amish, and he tried to hide him. And at the last part, this African American died. He worked also in oh wow, this other actor in Lethal Weapon. And at the end of Witness, he was killed by a shotgun. He was killed by a shotgun by Harrison Ford in the movie. Not for real. But these people, they're into I don't know. They're raking in so much money as actors, as famous actors, and they're supporting a precept that's going to destroy their dreams. They're going to destroy everything, because once a communist comes into power, let's say, like, God forbid, Bernie Sanders would come to power, would win the election, and people are directing their votes in that path. The decisions of voting for president, they're directing themselves towards Bernie Sanders, and the guy is a living monster. He doesn't hide himself for what his intents are, because he says that doing these long lines to get food or gasoline, like what's happening in Venezuela, is good for us. There's a video where he says it when he was a lot younger. His wife was bankrupt, I think, was a bank, if I'm not mistaken. And they're not in prison. And that guy, if he won the presidency, believe me, oh my God, everything. You know what it is? That everything you got, everybody, everything would be in his hands forever. Nothing would be yours anymore. Everything that we own, anything, that be business, that be your car, that be your house, that be your dog, your cat, your mother, everything you have would belong to him. He would be the supreme tyrant. Your life would depend on him if he want to let you live. You can imagine the people he would put in power. The guy is a lunatic, a criminal lunatic waiting to happen. But he hasn't had the power yet. And God forbid we give him that power. And imagine a Brennan coming into his administration. Because Brennan is just as evil. Eric Holder is just as evil. Even Obama, you see him nice and cool. Just as evil. All of them. All of Pelosi, who lies through her teeth. Who follows in her father's path, who was a mafia member, who said, never accept that you're wrong, never. And she's doing the same thing. She doesn't accept ever that she's wrong. Even when MS-13 was killing people, and Trump said, oh, these people are animals, which they are, I would have said words. She says, how dare you call them animals? Instead of saying, hey, I agree with you. I'm with you, you're right. These people got to be stopped. You know how much she would have gained if she would have said that? But no, she's so damn evil. So damn evil. And not that she's stupid, it's that she's so damn evil. They're the contrary. She defends them. She even defends, like Bernie Sanders, who defends Hamas, who defends the Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood, I think it is called, and all Antifa and all these other movements. Everything that's negative for the United States, they defend. Why? Because they're communists. They already said it. We're a socialist Democrat party now. We're a socialist Democrat movement now, which is a path to communism. That's the way they all started, saying socialist, because it sounds like it's social. But communist sounds a lot more destructive, more powerful. That's why they don't mention it. They say socialist. We support socialism, like AOC. Well, nobody even pay attention to that piece of work. That's another case. You know, if she was such a good economist, because according to what I've heard from her mouth and from the things I've read about her, she graduated in economics. What kind of a person in economics is going to be a communist? You know, if you study economics, you got a reason in your mind that it doesn't make sense to be a communist. You know, how can you produce in a country where they won't let you produce, where everything is expropriated, when you no longer own anything, everything is supplied by the state, which is a lie. Well, supply, yeah, the equal amount of misery for everybody. That's what is shared under communism. Like what's happening in Cuba, in Venezuela. Venezuela's got to the point where the basic salary, from whatever the last I read, maybe I'm wrong, is $2 a month. A month, not an hour. Even in Haiti, they make more money than in Venezuela. They were saying that a professional, a doctor, can't afford to buy himself a bicycle. And if the people protest, they'll send just like in Cuba. What happened in Cuba has happened for more than 60 years. That's a lost case. But the same thing, if you protest the abuse and the lack of resource and food and medications and all the other kind of stuff, or you denounce it, look, this is an abuse. abuse of power, you're killing the people. Then they send the state police or national police, whatever they want to call it, and they even have people that they arm civilians. They have a group of civilians that they arm, including in Venezuela. They'll send them to crack up on crack down your protest, beat you up mercilessly and brutally, maybe kill you and send you to prison. Well, they'll probably kill you too, because over there, being in prison is like it's like going to hell. In the United States and here in Puerto Rico, the freedoms is you'll have abundance of food, you live great, you have TV, you even have theaters. You can write letters, and in some cases, even your wife or girlfriend can visit, or you cannot visit her. And they'll even supply you with a housing, depending on your case and your severity of your level of how much freedom you can have in a prison. They'll even let you have relations with any companion you want come and visit you. Be a woman or be a man. So that's the point of, we're blessed. Oh, and the thing is, a lot of Americans are moving themselves away from God and embracing Islam. God help us. Where a woman is beaten, could be hung or buried alive, or shot or executed for leaving without permission, leaving her husband without his permission, written permission. She has to have a written permission to leave the house and go anywhere. If she doesn't have that written permission, depending on the extreme of these Islamic state, she could be executed or whipped or beaten by the husband or fined. It just depends. The severity of the situation, the extremism of these Islamic states. And the Americans embracing this. Americans converting and then want to kill us. They want to kill their own because we don't believe in their type of precept. Trump needs to ban this in the United States. There was a law, I think, in 1952, I don't know if it was 1952, that they wouldn't allow this in the United States. There was some reason for that. And we're letting them in by droves. And we're letting them occupy positions in the government and in our schools, trying to introduce and force our students to assimilate with them when they're the ones who are supposed to be assimilating here. That's why Trump was right. We have to vet these people or not let them in. If you're a Muslim, hey, stop. You can't come into our country. That terrorist precept cannot be allowed. But you know what the left does? The extreme left, the communists, which call themselves Democrats. They'll call you a racist. They'll jump all over you. They'll punch you. They'll attack you. They'll injure you. They'll beat you up to a pulp and murder, which has been done because they call you a racist. Can you believe that? The people who are permitting racism from this Islamic country who comes to kill us, they kill us, but they're not racist. That's the times we're living in. That's the times we're living in. We're no longer safe in our own country. That's why in May I took my last trip. I said, we're going to take a trip. Go see our son. Go to the base where I took my training. And come back and because I don't think we're going to see the America that I want to see. That I lived under. for a long time. It's not going to last for long. Which I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I know Trump is doing everything about because these shamming, fake impeachments, which we know is all a sham. That's what they want to do. They want to destroy. They want to do something which is going to, at the end, it's going to destroy them. And they don't care. These people are that. I look at him. This guy's a monster with a gavel. I don't know how they call it. This hammer, this wooden hammer, the gavel. I think they call it. Knocking on that and not letting people speak, because he knows they're going to tell the truth and they're denouncing him. And there's people brave enough to put him in his place. But no, they'll arrest him like they did with Stroyer. Stroyer went over there and told him, no, you should be in prison only. And he's right. You're accusing an innocent man of treason. But then you can't prove anything. You haven't proven anything. But then you come up with something. No, we charge him with two charges of impeachment because they thought he was going to commit a crime, or because they don't like the way he talks. They don't like the way he mingles with the people. He doesn't like they don't like how you call it, these big crowds of meetings that he made, which threaten their own existence and which I'm sure doesn't let them sleep at night. All that, it offends them. They're accusing him of things that is just beyond, criminal on their part, because it's not impeachment. It's just that they make it up. But when they did it worse, because during Obama's era, they did it worse, that was okay. They let it go through. No, that was okay. Sending billions of dollars to our enemy, helping to arm our enemies, and letting this terrorist organization, which is called a religion, come in here and massacre people on the streets of California and San Francisco and Texas and what I would advise the American people who have suffered, seeing their families killed because of Obama's open policy toward these savages. What they should do is sue them, sue the pants off these people, sue Obama, sue the whole DNC, or the Democratic National Committee, or whatever. They should be sued. Why aren't they being sued? Muslims were allowed to sue for a whole bunch of money. You would see them smiling and everything. They say, "Oh wow, now we got even a better way of making money because Obama's letting us make money that we can use against them, even against Obama. If we catch Obama, we're gonna behead him too." I'm sure that they're thinking about that because Obama was too liberal, married to a man. Now, if I said that, they might ban me from the YouTube. But the majority of the American people, we know that. We know he married a man. We never saw a picture of Michelle Obama pregnant. The contrary, sometimes she would use the type of tight pants that would show that she had male parts, probably bigger than Obama. You don't see one photo of him pregnant with 9 months. You don't see not nowhere. And then I tell these women, some of the, here in Puerto Rico and everywhere. They say, "Oh, don't believe everything you read." They say, "What do you mean I don't read?" And I would tell them. So, yeah, no, they would tell me. They come up with a real quick excuse. They say, "Oh, and the two daughters." They say, "Well, they were adopted." But then I forgot to tell, because sometimes I'm forgetful. But I should have told them, "Hey, where there's a photo of him pregnant, because all women are proud of when they're pregnant and they have this 9 months when they're ready, almost ready to have the child conceived. You don't they always show it, proud. They're very proud to show it. But you don't see one Michelle Obama with one of them. Michael DeVoe Robinson. That's his real name, not Michelle Obama. That was adopted later. A football player too. There's photos and there's witnesses. Even her doctor said that she had male parts. Joanne River. Oh, wow, now I forgot. Remember the other time I forgot. That was the comedian, the woman that was killed. Very shortly after she denounced Michelle Obama as being a transsexual. And we already have a transsexual in the White House. Because they would ask her if she was against people of gays and lesbians and transsexuals. And she said, we already have one in the White House. And she was basically murdered. We know by some facts. And for things that were said about how she died. We didn't have a judge. Look, there was murders committed not only by Obama, on the Obama's administration and by Obama, but by Hillary. How many people died because they denounced him? They had reason to denounce. They had proof, and they would wind up dead. And the Supreme Court Judge Scalia, who was found dead with a pillow over his face. They said he committed suicide. How can you commit suicide with a pillow over your face? If you're sorry, there's a better way. You could use a gun or you could hang yourself, but a pillow over your face. Nobody can believe that. Why? Because Obama knew if he didn't get rid of him, all his plans in favor of our enemies wouldn't have been approved. Letting in a whole bunch of Muslims, violating the rules, violating the law, all this stuff wouldn't have been approved by him. So they had to get rid of him. And it's going to happen again. If they win, it's going to happen again, all over again. And people don't want to wake up. A lot of people are going to lose their job. Now there's a whole bunch of jobs being created. I don't know. Unless they want to go on welfare then. A lot of people want to go on welfare, and not work. And now that they're working, they're receiving salaries are being raised. The economy is booming. I guess they love it, the masochists. That'll be all today. God bless you all. God bless America. God bless you, Donald Trump, and your family. I always pray for you. At least I try. Sometimes I might forget for some reason, but almost every day I try to take time in the morning and pray for you and your family and pray for our country. We need to pray a lot, and we need to tell God to bless this country. And I say, God bless our country. God bless America. And there's nothing wrong with saying, make America great again. Because that's what we want to do. We want to make it great. So I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.